We call for a full investigation, audit, and trial of the Jamaican government, parliament, and their law enforcement officers, military, and militias cited for the gross violation of the Maroon Treaty of 1738. We, the indigenous people, on this 6th of August, 2021, uprise to lift our voices to declare to all nations that we are the original people and occupants of this planet before it was violently overtaken by illegal aliens and colonial pirates. We have a strong connection to our traditions and have the right to govern our ancestral territories, cultures, and identities. We, the Indigenous and Rastafari people and great Maroon nation, give divine authority, have dominion and power to enforce and implement the Declaration and all laws protected by governments around the world, as it applies to Indigenous peoples, as individuals, and as a group. We are free to practice our way of worship, our linguistic heritage, dressing, and to cultivate the land and preserve and share our ecological systems, being our land, air, and water. Land, air, water. You must enforce the law. We show no respect to a person in seeking truth to enforce our laws. The laws that you have set up to protect the Indigenous, Rastafari, and Maroon people of the island of Jamaica. And you are disobeying your own law. You are lawless. Jamaica's so-called leaders have hunted, brutalized, scorned, shown no little or no respect whatsoever for the great Rastafari nation. We stand in solidarity with the Maroon Treaty of 1738 to 1739 and the United Nations and its member states, together with Indigenous rights protected by the distinct declaration, being the only declaration in the United Nations which was drafted with the rights holders themselves, the Indigenous peoples. Even before the horrific Coral Gardens incident decades ago, Rastafari heritage as a nation and a people has made an invaluable contribution to Jamaica's music, culture, and economy. But Rastafari people and communities reap very little reward. We benefit very little of the Rastafari name. Our Indigenous and Rastafari rights have been violated, and the Rastafari people of the world stand in solidarity with the Maroon Treaty to enforce the laws and treaties that they were signed and made law to protect our rights. We will no longer sit idly by and allow this or any other incident against our Indigenous rights to be violated. We are not only seeking just another apology. We command immediate legislative changes in the Jamaican Parliament to be passed and forced to protect any and every Indigenous and Rastafari person with locks or natural hairstyles. We demand compensation even for every individual or family whose rights have been violated or unjustly attacked for practicing their Indigenous roots and culture. We demand the immediate dismissal of all police officers involved in these and other atrocities and presumptuous acts present, past, and future. We have the right to self-determination, spirituality, language, the lands, territories, and resources. We have the rights to share this information for free without prior and informed consent, to rise up against injustice and the atrocities and subhuman treatment of the universal Indigenous peoples. It is our moral code and spiritual duty to enforce the historic and monumenting uprising before us and make the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and the Maroon Treaty become the living word in flesh, a sovereign document for the common good of all people. We say power to the people. The people is the voice of the Almighty. For more information, email info@rastafari.tv or visit our website at rastafari.tv.